Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and if you are new here, I post all kinds of food related content. I would love for you to stick around and hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. Today is a collab with a bunch of ladies. It is a recipe swap. I am swapping with Andrea Watts and Vesna TV. I will have both of their channels linked down below. I have given them both recipes to try that my family loves, so I would love for you to go head on over and see that good stuff. And there will be a playlist down below with a bunch of different ladies as well that are doing the same thing with other content creators. So let's get started. First, I am starting with seriously the best pork tenderloin and sheet pan meal I have ever had. I am doubling this balsamic rosemary sauce. It is just olive oil, balsamic vinegar, garlic cloves, fresh rosemary, Italian seasoning, ground pepper, bouillon cube, honey, and a hot sauce of your choice. I will have, of course, the actual recipe link down below with all of the exact measurements, but again, I am doubling this. Then you're going to put this in a food processor, bullet, anything like that, and get it pretty soon. It should be smooth. It should be like a syrupy consistency. Now I have diced up an entire butternut squash and halved a bag of Brussels sprouts, and I'm just going to drizzle them with olive oil and sprinkle salt and pepper on them. And once that's done, you are going to either, of course, 1 or 2 tenderloins. I have 2 because I was doubling it, and you're going to just coat them with salt and pepper and sear them, and we'll put a little bit of oil in your pan and sear them on all sides. Just make sure it's all completely, hold those juices in, and then you're going to place them in the middle of your sheet pan and cook them until your pork tenderloin, I guess I should tell y'all you're going to put half of that sauce on. You're going to reserve the other half for afterwards, but once you kind of throw some on the vegetables too, you're going to cook this at 350 for about 40 minutes for me. The recipe said 15 to 20. I don't know. I took it out as soon as mine were 145, and then I let it rest for about 10 minutes, and they were perfect. Okay, so once you have pulled it out of the oven, you're going to just put the rest of that sauce on there and can brush it around just like you did before you put it in there. And like I said, I let it rest for 10 minutes. The recipe said 4. I just gave it a little bit of extra time, and it was so juicy, and it just pretty much, I don't know, it just like melted in your mouth. It was so good, and it was just the right amount of heat. Of course, we use sriracha, and you can use whichever one you want, but the sriracha was really, really good in it. And I remembered after cutting like the first 3 or 4 pieces that the recipe said to cut them into thicker ones. I mean, I guess it doesn't technically make too big of a difference, but I guess it depends on how far you want it to stretch. And now I'm going to be making some chicken lasagna. This is the one that Andrea gave me because we ended up with an uneven number, so I ended up swapping with 2 different people. But you're gonna start off with an actual diced onion. I didn't feel like dicing one this night, and a little bit of oil and half a stick of unsalted butter. And then once you melt all of that, you're just making a roux. You're gonna throw in your flour, and then slowly pour in your chicken broth as well as your half and half, and just keep mixing it. And you're gonna just kind of let it get to like a gravy type consistency. You are also going to add in a little bit of salt and some minced garlic and pepper and mix that around as well. And then once everything is pretty much the consistency you want, you're going to throw in your 5 ounces of finely chopped up spinach and stir that around, and your spinach cream sauce is done. Then you're going to work on your ricotta sauce or filling. That stuff. And for your ricotta mixture, you're just gonna break up an egg, 15 ounces of ricotta cheese, it's at 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan and parsley, but I put 1/3 of a cup of each in there. And then you're gonna throw in some mozzarella cheese, mix that up really well, and then you're going to start your layers in a 9x13" baking pan. And also at this point, you're gonna have your oven preheated to 375 as well. And I guess now would be a good time to tell you that you can either like cook up probably two chicken breasts, or you can tear apart, whatever, a rotisserie chicken, which is what I did because it just makes life so much easier. The recipe actually also called for just, the regular lasagna noodles, boiling them and doing all that stuff. But I don't even boil those noodles in my regular lasagna. I just add extra water because that step to me is personally just annoying. And I just happen to have some of the oven ready noodles, so I just use that. And if you have ever made like a lasagna like this or any other ideas for lasagna, I have always just made the traditional, which I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love it, and it is still my favorite. But this was really, really, really good. And I would love to kind of, make some different ones. I don't know, a taco lasagna. I guess I've seen those with corn tortillas, but I wonder, how it would work with pasta. I've made some taco shells before, and I was kind of thinking of trying to incorporate that into a lasagna. Might be in a future video. I have really lucked out with both of these recipe swaps because everything that I have made that I have been given from other creators, my family and I have loved. I will have that playlist for the other recipe swap linked down below as well in case you were curious about watching another one. I think these are so much fun. And as you can see, it is all nice and bubbly. As soon as I took it out, I let it broil for 5 minutes as well. And then I let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that is it for today's video. Again, I would love to have you subscribe and join my YouTube family if you have not already. And I will see y'all in the next video.